the way you speak to yourself matters, because our words are spells. There's an energy behind the words that we use. And when we can feel into that subtle energy, we start to gain clarity over, the subtle aspects of our subconscious mind that are keeping us where we're at, because for some reason we feel safer right where we're at rather than where we want to go. And so one of the most common words that I want to focus on this one right now, because this word really, really sucks the life out of people, and it sucks the life out of Earth, in my opinion, and that is the word should. Should is such an interesting one, because to me, when I hear should, I hear could, which is like this possibility, right? There's a possibility, like this is an option. I could do that, right? I could touch this branch, right? And so I did, right? But as soon as I say I should touch this branch, what I'm really doing now is I'm saying shame on me, because I could do this, but I'm not, and I should. So this is saying that I'd be better if I did this, if I touched the branch, right? This is a simple, weird example. I got poop in my hand from Cash as we're on our adventure. I was just noticing my thoughts. I was observing what was happening, and I noticed some little subtle shoulds. And, they still pop up in my own energy, my own consciousness. And whenever they do, I just feel into it and let it go. Whenever I'm working with people, we always highlight those, because we got to shine our awareness on how our subconscious mind is operating to keep us there, right? And so the point is like, yeah, there's a lot of things that you could say that you should do, right? But again, you could say, you don't have to. And as soon as you put should, you put this subtle energy of pressure on yourself, and you're creating this story that says, if I don't do this, I am bad. If I don't do this, I am less than. If I don't do this, I won't be successful. If I don't do this, I won't feel confident. That's what it should is saying. You feel that? You take that deep breath, and there's this little pressure that's like this voice over you that goes, yeah, you're not good enough if you don't do that. And that sucks. And you know what that does is that keeps our inner child, that keeps ourselves, our subconscious self, this deep aspect of ourselves, feeling like we're unworthy, feeling like we're not good enough. Because, if I say I should meditate today and I don't, well, now the story I create is I am not good enough. And we hold that. And as long as I continue holding that, or, I should because that's going to help me make more money or help me, have more confidence. Well, great. You're never going to have more confidence, because you're saying that you should meditate. You're saying that, if you don't meditate, you can't have more confidence. That's not true. Confidence is not about meditating or doing the tips and tricks or anything. Confidence is about remembering who you are and being able to stand in that. And that can look like a million different things. It doesn't have to be, something like meditation. But as soon as you should yourself, you're going to keep yourself stuck in that loop. And so when you notice yourself saying should, I just offer an invitation to you to feel into that, to take a deep breath into where that should is coming from, and ask yourself what you really want. Not what you should do, but what does your body feel called to right now? What does it need? And how could your body feel safe right now? What could you do to help your body feel safe and help your inner child feel loved? That's the invitation when you hear should come out of your mouth or someone else's mouth, is invite them into a new reframe to create more ease. Because when we stop shoulding on ourselves, we start to give ourselves permission to be all that we are, to be exactly where we are. We start to step into true acceptance. And when we're in true acceptance, that's when healing just happens of its own accord. It's spontaneous, because in acceptance, we are in the state of where healing doesn't have to happen, because being healed is the natural state of being in acceptance. So stop shoulding on yourself. And, you could like this video if you enjoyed it. You could subscribe for more content just like this. You could comment down below and let me know what comes up for you, and let me know, what ideas you have for future YouTube videos. You could. I'm not going to say you should, but you definitely could. And if you did, I'd really love it. See you in the next one.